it's special. It's super cool to look at. All right, this next fabric is very preppy, and I love it. This is a bottom weight fabric, like an upholstery weight. It's a very thick linen weave. Let me show you. I believe that it is either 100% cotton or 100% linen. There's 2.5 yards and it's 48 inches wide. And this is good for any kind of bottoms. You could make pants out of these or any kind of structured dress. And I just love it. It is so fresh and so bright and so pretty. I think it would be great for a spring dress. It's too heavy for like a sundress, but for any kind of structured dress, it would work. Or any kind of pants, wide leg pants, skinnies, whatever, it would work for that. There's no stretch in this, none whatsoever. This is either 100% cotton or 100% linen. I have not done a burn test. I should do a burn test, because look at all this fiber I have from it. I haven't washed this, but it has been washed. I don't know what my problem is. I have a frog. Okay. This pattern, Simplicity 1652, would be ideal for that fabric because it's a structured dress. And I think this view C would be awfully cute. And view C has a little cutout in the back. I just think this would be adorable. You could wear gold sandals with it, silver sandals. You could wear white Keds or white Supergas or white Converse, whatever your favorite tennis shoe brand is. I just think it would be kind of versatile made up in a dress like this. View C, this is view C here. It's supposed to have a chain thing there. I'm not sure I would put that in. If I did, I would put in white plastic chains. Wouldn't that be cute with that fabric? Big, oversized white plastic chain through there. That I might do. The gold, I'm not into it. Not into that. But if you did that in white plastic, then you could wear any white shoes that you have. I have a pair of black and white cork wedges. That would be super cute with that fabric. Okay, the next one, this is another special fabric. There's 2 yards of this. It's 44 inches wide. And it is from Gordon Hawaiian Fabrics. And I do think this is vintage. Let me show you the selvage. I believe it is 100% rayon, and I know, without a shadow of a doubt, that it is beautiful. This has never been washed. It's new vintage. It's in great shape, and it's a border print. Let me show you. It was kind of making me scratch my head a little bit because I don't know if all border prints are like this. I've never sewn with a border print. But anyway, the border print, the top of the border print is at the selvage on both sides. So see, if I bring this up, it's the bottom of the border print. That might be perfectly normal. I'm not sure. It's long enough to make a dress out of. There's enough fabric to make a dress, and I just love it. It's got this beautiful watercolored painterly quality about it. The colors are vibrant and gorgeous. Every little detail is thought of. These clouds up here, this sunrise or sunset, whatever's happening there. The flamingos, I don't know, their heads look like flamingos, but their coloring looks kind of craney to me. But let me get the flamingos back up. There in their little lagoon. Oh, this one's a special one. So I really love that fabric. That would also be great in that that Kalia Ali pattern that I showed, that with all the kimono style tunic things. That would be beautiful in that as well. I pulled a somewhat kimono style tunic for this one because I like all of this empty space here. You could have the pattern going along the bottom, or I don't know if there's enough. Even you could make pants out of it. I don't know, but I just think something that is very simplistic in its construction would show that off the best. There might be enough, 2 yards, there might be enough to make a nice pleated skirt. I'm just not sure. But all I know for sure is that it's absolutely beautiful, and that it's kind of special. Gordon Hawaiian fabrics are kind of special to come across, and it feels lovely. Even if it wasn't a special vintage fabric, it's still a beautiful fabric to touch, and I think that it will be beautiful to wear. So that's a special one. Okay, and the next one, there's 5 3/4 yards of this. It's 44 inches wide. This is another one that could be a candidate for our exchange, because we would still each have 2 and, you know, not quite 2 1/2, but what, 2 1/3? 2 1/3 yards of fabric, because there's a lot of this one. There's 5 3/4 and it's 44 inches wide. It's so pretty. This is a cotton sateen. I think it's 100% cotton, and I just, there's nothing inherently special about this. It's just a floral. I think it's a nice quality. I think it would be incredibly comfortable to wear. I do think it's vintage. I don't think it's brand new. I don't know how vintage. This is new. It's never been washed. It still has its sizing on it. It's clean, and there are no flaws in it. And I just picked it up because I love it. I love the blue and the yellow and this tealy green. I love all of this. Would you guys like to, oh, you've seen Nutmeg. If you saw the tag video that we did, if you wait until the end of that video when I showed our kind of our warm-up section, if you look behind us, this is the cat that is looking out of the house to see what on earth we are doing out there and why in the world she isn't with us. I love you, Nutmeg. Oh, I love you. Okay. What would I make out of that? I would make something sweet and pretty. And if this top isn't sweet and pretty, I don't know what is. I mean, this top is so sweet and so pretty and so feminine without being frilly or overdone. There isn't anything here that is too much. I don't like clothing with a lot of stuff. I like simple stuff like this. And this little tie, I could do that. Little ties in the back. Look at those little peplums. Is that not the cutest? I think that top would be gorgeous in this. This is Simplicity 1590. Okay, this next one. This one's kind of special. I don't know how old it is. It's just special because it's cool. There's 2 1/4 yards of it, and it's 40 inches wide. Yes. I have have silver LeMay brocade Egyptian fabric. Yes, I do. Oh yeah. It's gorgeous. And in addition to being gorgeous, it is not pokey or itchy. I mean, the insides of your arms are super sensitive. This feels fine. It doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. It's a little bit shocking to me. I think I've said before, I have another fabric that I was so surprised that it felt nice. And this is the same way. It feels nice. And this is from, it says, and I'll show you, it's hard to read. It says, Nietzschemal's Quality Brocade. Nietzschemal's Quality Brocade. I tried to do some research on this, you guys, and I was not able to find a whole lot. So I can't give you much detail on it. It's gorgeous. The black part is a beautiful satin, and not only that, but the satin also has little jacquard things woven into it. So it isn't only the silver, the black background also has beautiful embroidery in it. I get the distinct feeling that this is a nice quality fabric. And that's one of the things I look for at Mayfield Fabric when I'm buying my vintage fabrics. It needs to either be very nice quality, like this, and special to look at, which this one is, or something like the crazy horse, like that Peter Max-esque horse fabric, which I don't know how high, I don't know how high quality that is. I just know that it's special to look at. So something like that. It's got to be special in some way, or it needs to be a really high quality basic. This is both high quality and special, I think. Okay. And again, there is 2 1/4 yards, 40 inches wide. And the pattern that I chose to go with that is this Simplicity 1314. This is a Cynthia Rowley pattern. I've always intended to make that dress. I even have the pleather to go down the front, and I thought I would do the sides in a very high quality, very thick ponte to make this kind of a really substantial dress. I love the way this young woman has it styled here. I love those tennis shoes. That's probably not how I would wear it, but I think she looks fantastic that way. And so everything on this pattern, except for the pants, would be perfect for that brocade. And brocade is one of the fabrics listed for this pattern. So you're looking for something really structured. Now, this pattern does have some details in it, but I still think that it would look good in that fabric. So that's what I pulled for that one. And then the last one is a camel and navy wool. There's 2 yards of it, and it is 60 inches wide. Now, this wool reminds me of a Burberry plaid. There's only 2 colors. It's not a Burberry plaid, but when you see it, you'll see that it is very similar to that. It's got a beautiful camel background and a lightish navy, not cobalt, not dark navy, but a lightish navy. Like, I think some people would peg this as precisely navy blue. Not like dark midnight blue, not cobalt blue. But I was just watching the fold line, the red-headed curly girl. Her name is escaping me right this second, but I just watched her latest video today, and she talked about reading a magazine in Forbes about Burberry and how Burberry had burned 28,000 pounds of unused fabrics and other things And, you know, she said she thought that was despicable, and so did pretty much, I didn't read all the comments, but so did pretty much everyone else in the comments. And I just liked another girl's comments. She said, if I could afford Burberry, I would boycott them. But since I can't afford them, I will just think that they're despicable. And that's the same boat I'm in. I don't have a lot of designer stuff. I just put my money elsewhere. And so anyway, this fabric is beautiful. And so if you are disgusted with Burberry and don't want to have anything to do with them, you can get gorgeous wools that are similar, but not from a company who would rather destroy usable goods and, you know, put pollutants into the environment and waste resources. All the resources that were used to make that fabric, completely wasted. It's a waste, a shameful waste. And so this fabric, let's see, there's a tag on it. It's got one of those metal, tags. $16.90 a yard, 7 yards. There's not 7 yards here. They must have made something with it, but this is a lovely and not itchy wool. It's lovely. So if you are one of those seamstresses who are ready to get into your fall sewing, I'm not. You know, it's almost 90 degrees out there. It's probably is 90 degrees right now. I would check, but I'm filming on my phone, and that would be not good because I would have to turn it off. So that gorgeous fabric, and what would I make with that? This is my favorite coat pattern. I've only made it one time. I made view A, and I made it out of a very steely gray blue pinstriped wool, and I love it. It was fun to make. If you have not made a coat yet and you're looking for a coat pattern, I really like this one. Now I would make view B out of that wool, and I just think that would be beautiful with that huge collar and then the tie at the waist. There's pockets for your mittens and your hat. I love that. I'm not a pocket fanatic like so many people are, but on a coat, you need pockets. You got to have a place to put your gloves and your hat, and and your Kleenex, because if you're outside, you know, your nose is running usually, at least mine is, and so that's what I chose for that. This is Simplicity 1067. Okay, that is all of the fabrics. All of these are up in Mayfield Fabric and Supply. I do look forward to hearing from you about the challenge and how I would choose someone who was interested, and, you know, maybe what we would do. I don't know, just what do you think about the idea? Do you think it sounds fun, or do you think it's silly, or just let me know what you think. I value your opinion, and since other YouTubers would be the ones who would be participating, if you all think that it's super silly, then obviously we won't do it. But if you think it's a good idea and fun, maybe some of you who have a more analytical brain than I do, I'm right-brained, I'm mostly creative and flighty, thinking through, like rules and regulations and procedures, how to do stuff. That's not really my forte. And I can come up with a plan, but many times I will have to go back and revamp it. And that's okay, because I'm not afraid to say, oh man, I did that wrong, let's redo. And so just let me know what you think. I'm so glad that you came to visit with me today, and I hope that you are having a fantastic day and that the rest of your week goes well. I hope to see you here again at Stay Stitching sometime soon. Take care.